Okay, Dawn, you've asked me about my spark during this pandemic. My spark, I think, has come from watching the goodness around me. People have been looking out for me, my family, my neighbors, my friends. We've all looked out for one another. The merchants in town have made sure that we were going to be looked after. In the wider community, I've heard of all the struggles that went on in the larger cities with all the sickness and what the doctors and nurses and all the healthcare people, from the top doctor right down to the custodian, they worked over and above what they should have had to work to care for people in the hospitals and homes for special care. I've heard of the food banks going the extra mile to make sure people had food. I have seen individuals heard of individuals doing things for others that normally they perhaps wouldn't do. And I've had the privilege of watching the videos from our services at St. James when we couldn't get together. So I think all in all, that has been my spark, to see what others are doing for each other. I think it's the love that God meant for us to have for each other. Now, of course, I'm talking about the communities and the areas that we know. I'm sure it's much different in countries of the world where there are so many struggles still going on. Anyway, the spark is to keep doing what we can for one another.
Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Ryan. I'm from Bridgetown. I'm non-binary. And what sparks me is kindness. Every day you go through work, right? And all of a sudden maybe somebody's smile or something they say to you will really stick with you the whole rest of the day rather than anything else that happens. Also, creativity. It's really awesome to see people that are passionate about things they like, and then when they're able to share it with you and how much energy they have, that really kind of gives me hope, and I kind of want to be more like them, if that makes sense, in the things that I do too.
Well, this is a new experience for me, but I think probably Daryl and I both have talked about this, that the spark has been how people rallied around, and we raised the money to do that roof, and it's all done, and it's a beautiful job, and it makes our building make us look good, I guess. And we just, I don't know, the enthusiasm for the small crowd that we have, even though we're an older group, we still have some spark left.
I think what has sparked me personally is that I like to see things happen, and I can't do everything myself, but the willingness of our people is to show them what needs to be done and ask them to do it. And then my role is then just to, that's what a leader is supposed to do, ensure that it does happen. And if it doesn't, be nice to people, figure out how to straighten out anything that's going wrong, and don't procrastinate. I believe, and I've tried to demonstrate, that it doesn't take any more time to do it today than it does tomorrow. If something needs to be done, do it. But you can't do it all yourself. You have to have people to help. And this congregation loves to help. And I think the roof demonstrates that. We needed money, and we all pitched in and helped. And I'm fortunate that my wife is probably the most generous person I know.
Okay, I'm president of the ACW and have been for quite a few years. have a wonderful group of girls and ladies that work with us, and we all work together wonderfully well. We do a lot of suppers and catering and so on at our church hall to try to raise some extra funds for the church. We help out the community in any way we can. If they're doing anything, we try to participate and take part, and it does keep us very busy at normal times.
And Hilda, what have you done to compensate during COVID times when we couldn't get together?
Well, we've tried to keep in touch by phone, most definitely, and we've, kept in contact as much as we can, because I think that's what we should be doing. And other than that, we really haven't been able to do anything, but we're going to be doing it. Actually, coming this weekend, we're doing a 100th birthday party for a lady, and at our hall, so that will be an interesting time. Well, I would say my friends, I have a wonderful group of friends, and my connections with the church and the things I do with ACW, I enjoy very, very much. And just travel and keeping busy, keeping involved and keeping associated with everybody and not staying home. And, I think that's what has kept me going the most.
Well, what has inspired me this year was how the country has come together and tried to control and fight the pandemic, and the fact that I'm proud of our efforts and the seriousness that everybody took the problem, and that we've done well. And I've seen some inspiring things that people have done to help others. So helping others is what makes me feel better. And my 30 seconds are up, hopefully.
No.
What else to say? I'm Glenn. I'm happily married to Meg. And live in Bridgetown, Nova Scotia, and happily married, happily schooled, and worked happily at a profession I enjoyed. So, and we've had a great community here, and a friendly, cheerful group of people that we worship with. The church has been very good to us, and the folks and friends that we've made, here through the church have been a wonder for us.
One of the things that's kept me busy this year is running the food bank, and fortunately for the people, unfortunately for us in the food bank, our numbers are way down. And that's because the Canadian government stepped up and made available monies so that these persons could buy things that they wanted rather than having to have handouts. The other things that have sparked me and shown hope to me is our church family. Like my husband has suggested, they are very dear to us. We've been working a lot with Lions Club as well, working in the COVID vaccination clinics, and that gives me hope. Last week was wonderful because there were so many teenagers that came in and got vaccinated. It was wonderful to see. That's what gives me hope. People coming together.